even remotely possible that the 7th film in this long-running found footage series is the best installment. By a clear mile, it's not even a competition. The other films in the series range from pretty interesting to pretty good. This 7th movie, however, was kind of spectacular. Let's get cracking. The 7th and currently most recent film in the Blackwell Ghost series takes things a bit more tangible and real when a young girl goes missing and Turner Clay is stalked by an extremely real and demented man that follows him wherever he goes, whether that means through the woods of his new Florida home, back at his original house, or even on the internet. There's nowhere that Turner can hide before he finds himself in real danger. This series has finally done what I kind of expected it to do for a while now, and it has almost no paranormal happenings whatsoever. While there is a few things paranormal in the movie, as I feel like there always will be, Turner Clay has more embraced the identity of what makes the series truly original and, in my opinion, iconic. And that's when he's tasked with solving riddles and mysteries that seem to get darker and darker with each installment. Something about making a real, tangible villain in the series made everything at this Florida home well worth the wait. If you watch all of the Saw movies and you see how they're all interconnected by the end, this series is doing something remarkably similar, though I would actually argue a lot smoother this far into the franchise. Turner is able to craft a web of films together in such a way that you actually believe that this was the plan all along. After a while, Saw just kind of seemed to be making stuff up on the spot to stay relevant. Blackwell Ghost, though, I don't know, he's just doing such a great job making the audience believe in his stories, in his characters, and actually feel a twinge of fear over the possibility that if it is real, then he actually is in extreme danger. Everything from the beginning of the film all the way to the end was honestly written really, really well. If I was writing this specific story, I might not have the patience to wait to reveal what he reveals by the end of the movie. There's also a small connection to the Blackwell Ghost, as one of the ransom-looking notes used an image of Mrs. Blackwell to get his attention. Doesn't really mean that it's connected to anything in particular, but I am going to make a little bit of a film theory here and say that it'll all wrap up by the end of the series. In the second Blackwell Ghost film, Turner found a box of human teeth. And eventually he said he'd never figure that one out, and he's kept that box with him basically until he can take a look at it again. My theory is that those teeth belong to the victims found at this Florida house, and that the killer at the Florida house was connected to the killer of the Blackwell house that, dumped the children into the well. Maybe I'm just grasping at straws, but those teeth have to come back into play at some point, don't they? The Blackwell house has to come back into play at some point. It has to. It's called the Blackwell Ghost. Anyways, the reason why I think that this film is the best in the franchise is because it combines the best elements of everything before it, and it doesn't really resolve to staying safe, but instead it takes the bolder choice in changing things up. And in doing so, he breathed new life into the series that I pretty much thought was done at the end of 6. But now it's pulled me back in, and I'm essentially ready for another 7 movies. The cinematography is the best it's been. The writing has never been so in-depth with its complex mysteries, and its promise for the future leaves me starving for more. There's hardly a single thing that I have to complain about in this film other than the natural limitations that you have when, for the most part, it's just one guy making these movies. There's no credits for any of the films because it would look ridiculous seeing how many times Turner Clay pops up in the credits for every job of the crew. I'm not kidding when I say that this is the best of the franchise, which is why when I scored it, I gave it an A- letter grade, final overall score of 88%. 88 out of 100 possible stars, which, when ranking the series as a whole, leaves the 7th film in first place. Like I said, best so far. It's a very well-made film, and I am absolutely convinced that he has a plan in store for the future of the series, and maybe, just maybe, how he plans to end it as well. And for whatever the case may be, I am here for it. Guys, if you're a fan of the Blackwell Ghost series, please let me know in the comment section down below how you rank the movies. Do you prefer the Blackwell Ghost film, so you know Blackwell Ghost 1 and 2, or are you more of a fan of the Floridian Lightfoot ghost mysteries found in the rest of the movies? I wasn't sure myself when we were first introduced to this Lightfoot mystery, but now I'm convinced that this is the far superior story. Maybe you disagree though, so please let me know in the comment section down below, and as always, please hit the like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with a new review. Eventually, when the 8th part comes out, I will be talking about it, so stick around for that, and until then, peace out!